How's it going, guys? Some of you requested in one of my recent videos to do an update while I'm in Japan since I won't have any of my camera stuff, and I thought why not do a Q&A video so you guys can ask questions in the comments of this video or send them to me on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag AskGBN. I'll gather up some of my favorite questions and most interesting ones and I'll make a video while I'm in Japan. Now without further ado, here's my review of Bomb Chicken. Bomb Chicken is a new action puzzle platformer for the Nintendo Switch that's also coming to PC at some point in the future. Play as this lovable chubby chicken that lays bombs. Use your unique ability to maneuver your way through the BFC kitchen science facility as you get down to the bottom of what they're working on. Deep in the BFC science facility, chefs and scientists are experimenting on chicken. Through their weird experiments, the facility has come up with this oddly blue-colored hot sauce that's just irresistible to its customers. That may be good for the humans eating at the fast food chain, but the chickens beg to differ. You specifically play as this one chubby chicken that has the odd ability of laying bombs on command. Using your unique ability, you'll travel through the deep secret labs of the BFC facility and finally discover just what this blue hot sauce is. That minor backdrop is about all the story you'll get with this title, and although it is a minimal backdrop for everything, it's a pretty humorous story with things like a giant chicken god statue that you pray to. It's an absurd and wacky setting, but one that kept me chuckling throughout the whole game. As a chubby little chicken, all you can really do is walk and lay bombs. It doesn't really sound like much, but the amount of bombs you can lay is essentially infinite. This ends up being your main gameplay mechanic as you use your unique ability to take out enemies, solve puzzles, and platform your way through the dangerous science facility. Using your ability to lay bombs, you'll be introduced to minor and simple puzzle mechanics that'll show you the ropes. Break down doors, blow up enemies, and break up bricks. Simple stuff that has you laying an egg near a destructible object and waiting it out. As you progress through the about 29 levels in the game, the levels get progressively more challenging while expanding on what you thought were the limitations of your bomb abilities. Suddenly, level designs open up outside the simple corridors, moving to vertical instead of just horizontally. As a result, your bomb laying abilities become much more complex as you use bombs to stack up to climb empty spaces, push bombs horizontally to destroy enemies, and then activate switches. With all that power comes great responsibility, because as your bombs get more complex, they themselves become a hazard as you end up pulling maneuvers that get dangerously close to blowing up next to you. That's part of the challenge of this game too, and boy does it get challenging. Although the level count doesn't sound initially impressive, the levels are packed with difficult situations that really have you clenching the Joy-Cons at times. Now as you make your way from one side of a level to another, you'll come across these blue gems scattered about. These gems are used as an offering to the giant chicken god statue in the hub area of the game. The statue gives you a quota of gems to hit and rewards you with an extra life in return. That's an added layer of difficulty because as these levels get more challenging, you'll find yourself constantly dying over and over again. There are checkpoints in the levels, but one hit does kill you and takes away one of your lives. When you run out of lives, it's game over and you have to restart the level from the start. It can get quite tense when you finally get past one section of a level only to die in the next section, losing all your lives and having to start all the way over. Sprinkled at the end of every handful of levels are boss fights that push you to use all the different properties of your bomb laying. It's like a challenging showcase of everything you learned so far. They're difficult but fun changes of pace from the traditional levels. I just wish there was more of them. Although it seemed a little simple at first, the bomb laying mechanics quickly opened up to the realm of different level situations. They were tough and difficult, quickly dismissing any worries about this game only having 29 levels as the challenge really just makes up for it. The boss fights were my favorite levels as they tended to force you to use all the different possibilities of your bombs in a single showcase. I just wish there was more of them here. For the completionists, you can go back and collect all the gems scattered throughout each of the levels to maximize your health, but outside of that, there isn't so much of an incentive to go back and replay levels outside of just the challenge. Bomb Chicken is a lovely looking game filled with adorable looking characters. It's designed in the charming looking pixel art by the Nitrome team who pretty much just excels in this art medium. The background designs and levels are filled with detail from the stacks of chicken eggs to the machinery operating in the background of all the action. It all feels like a real world with the story behind it rather than just a loop pattern background. Animation is well done too, especially with all the bombs in the stack exploding at once. The action feels nice and fluid. The only time I ever experienced a hiccup in terms of the visuals was in the lava-filled level. In this specific level, one of the section transitions always did a minor frame rate drop before fixing itself. Outside of that moment, it ran pretty flawlessly, scaling well to either the big screen TV or to the Switch's smaller display. Chicken offers some heavy bass, though slowly paced music. It sounds like it belongs inside of a classic Metal Gear game instead of a puzzle platformer. However, with this game being about a chicken discovering the mysteries of a deep underground science facility, it seems rather fitting for the scenario. With that said, the music isn't really what you pay attention to in this game. That instead is the sound effects and the HD rumble that's constantly present throughout the gameplay. The sound effects really just give the entire game a cute presentation. The little boop that happens with every bomb you lay, and the cluck that the chicken makes every time you push forth a stack of bombs. It's all very lovable. It gets further enhanced with the HD rumble that's perfectly in sync with the explosion of bombs. They really give a realistic weight to each of the explosions. Bomb Chicken is an incredibly charming game that looks simple at first, but is a beast of a challenge. While the mechanics may be a bit too straightforward at first, they quickly open up to a handful of different level scenarios and ultimately get showcased in a grand boss fight. The level count may be a bit too small, but with the amount of challenge each one offers, it didn't really feel too short once I started playing. However, I do wish there was more boss fights in this game, as they offer some of the most intriguing and entertaining sections of this game. In the end, Bomb Chicken is a fun, chaotic puzzle platformer wrapped in an adorable, finger-licking good package. That was probably not the right time to make that joke, but if you're up for the challenge, I think it's a well worth game despite the low amount of boss fights. If I had to give it a score, I'd give Bomb Chicken an 8.5 out of 10. That does it for my review of Bomb Chicken for the Nintendo Switch and sometime in the future PC. If you have any questions about the game, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the review, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new around here for more videos just like this, and thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.